Hi guys, I'm Corey and welcome back to Diary of a Blonde Mom. Today I want to discuss a routine and how you go about setting up a homeschool routine. How does that look? Why do you need it? Well, a lot of people who are first coming into homeschooling get really overwhelmed with the idea of how am I going to make this all work? And how am I supposed to get all these subjects in? And I have more than one child. Even for those of you who might only be homeschooling one child, it's still really important to get a routine down. And I really want to emphasize here, this is about a routine, not a schedule. The difference would be a schedule is from 8:30 to 8:45. We're doing silent reading. From 8:45 till 9:15, we are working on the next thing. A routine is more flexible. It allows time for flexibility. So that's part of the amazing thing about home education is that we as parents get to just set up this schedule that flows with our day, and we accomplish however much we get through in a day. We set goals to keep ourselves on schedule so that we have an idea of what the entire year or semester or quarter might look like for us, and we'll plan appropriately, whether that be taking time off for sick days, whether that be going on vacations. It also leaves time for medical appointments for us. A lot of our time, our extra time, is medical appointments, therapy, extracurricular activities. So we have a lot more than just schoolwork. All right, so I have heard many people say that they have their kids go ahead and start with chores in the morning that are, of course, age appropriate. They might be wiping down the bathroom counters or mirrors. They might be taking trash out, scrubbing the toilets. They might be helping with dishes or breakfast, cooking breakfast. Sometimes older kids will help to cook breakfast, and then there might be a couple other kids might be a cleanup crew kind of a thing. So if you are comfortable with that and it's safe for your kids to do something at that level, or whatever it might be in terms of chores, just making sure it's age appropriate and it's safe, then you could totally throw in some chores first thing in the morning. What we do, we wake up, my girls wake up very early. They're typically up right around 6 a.m. And they get up. I do allow them to watch some TV first thing in the morning. They eat breakfast, get dressed. We're typically ready to go for school work right around 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the morning. That doesn't include the days that I take my daughter to preschool. Well, I take my daughter to preschool. Her preschool starts around 8:30. So we kind of vary our start times also, because a couple days a week, my oldest daughter has therapy appointments. We also have extracurriculars. We have attended a co-op once a week. So there's lots of different variables in there, and that would be up to you to take that into consideration for your family and what fits for you. So anyways, we wake up, we eat, get dressed, and then the first thing that we do in our schedule is we do together work. And that's what I call it. A lot of people I have also heard say it's family work, or like table time, or I've heard a few different ways of labeling that, putting that. So our together work goes like this. I teach the same subject to both my older girls, and I'll do the same thing when my youngest starts in kindergarten. And so we'll do science, geography, history, all do read alouds, and we'll occasionally listen to snippets of the news. And what I do, I teach it to all of them at the same time, but I expect different things from each of my children depending on where they're at, depending on my expectations for them, and trying to get them to just continue those critical thinking skills and pushing them forward. Science and, well, I guess for science, we have been using The Good and the Beautiful. Geography and history, I've been switching between Beautiful Feet books and also Little School of Smiths. So there's just different questions, different activities, and depending on my specific child and the goals that we have for them as an individual, we have different expectations and continue to just keep trying to push them forward. So the whole idea behind having time to work as a family together is you are teaching the same subject and you might have different activities. Older kids might do more of a writing response, a written response, or they might choose to do a project based off of what they've learned. Younger children might enjoy playing with Play-Doh or doing a coloring sheet. I'm thinking for like the really young, 4 or 5 years old. So it's really a great way to teach multiple ages who are at multiple levels at once. And this concept isn't new. Long ago, not that long ago, but there were one-room schoolhouses, and there was a whole classroom and one teacher, and that's similar to how that they would go about teaching as well. So after we do our together work, our routine consists of going ahead and doing our individual work. And our individual work is language arts, math, and whatever else we might have to tack on if I feel that one of my children needs extra help or support in something that is their individual work. So within individual work, for example, math and language arts, we use The Good and the Beautiful. And their curriculum has together work, including a parent, and then it also has independent work. So typically in our routine, I will start to work with my oldest because she needs full support in accessing her curriculum due to her cerebral palsy, her disability. So I will go ahead and start working with her while my middle daughter will go ahead and start in on her independent work. And she also does her reading and piano practice. And then depending on how the day goes, I might take a break in independent work with my oldest and switch to work with a teacher time, so to speak, with my 7-year-old. So there's a couple different ways I do it. I kind of just let it flow. But my girls really thrive off this routine. I can't even begin to describe how important it is to us to maintain a regular routine. The girls know exactly what to expect from day to day. And if I miss something, maybe I just take something out and decide for whatever reason or forget to tell them that we're not doing something, or something comes up and our routine is kind of off. They're like, wait a minute, we didn't do this. How about that? And they know exactly what's expected of them. They know exactly what our routine is. And I think that they thrive off of that as well. But that is how we set up a routine. And I just feel so strongly that it's something really important for families who are home educating to have. So take some time and figure out exactly what you need to get done. Also, for our together work, I like to have that done within like by a certain time in the morning, depending on what activities we have going on, to give us enough time for individual work. So I'll go ahead and go through our list and we kind of get through as much as we can. Sometimes if I notice we're falling behind a little bit, I might cut back on how much of the read aloud I do, just to kind of keep us on our schedule, to making sure that we are progressing adequately throughout our day. Again, this once a day routine really helps the bigger picture of meeting the goals for the quarter and for the semester and for the whole school year that you have planned. So take some time, go ahead and see what it is that you want to accomplish and how you can go about that. So whether that means marking off on your calendar when you plan on having vacations, when you know there might be appointments coming up, say your family travels a lot for extracurricular activities, go ahead and make sure you kind of keep track of that, and then just make sure that the days that you have marked down and are readily available for schoolwork and home educating, that you are very present and very there. And as long as you have a routine that you can follow, you'll thrive. So that's my experience, and I just really hope that you are able to use that. Thanks.